So today we are going to review these hydrolyzed collagen peptides from this company called Zammex. Now, first I have to tell you, full disclosure, they actually reached out to me and sent this to me and said, hey, can you do a review? And they're not paying me to do this. This is an unsponsored video. They asked me, hey, could you just give us your honest opinion? I just want to make sure that you know I didn't personally buy this, but I'm going to do a review, and we're going to go through our 5 categories. Is it keto, the quality of the ingredients, the availability, the cost, and the taste. First, we'll talk about, is this keto? There's no sugar, there's no carbs, and from that standpoint, we can say yes. And in the past, I've been very quick to say, oh yeah, that's keto. There is a caveat, and that's that we want to make sure that we understand that lean protein does cause, it's insulinogenic. It will spike insulin. So what you want to do is you want to add a little bit of fat when you're taking a collagen supplement, like a collagen powder. The way that could look would be, if you're putting this in your smoothie, just add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. If you're putting this in, let's say, coffee, you want to add a little bit of heavy cream. A lot of times I will take collagen with a keto hot chocolate and I'll add a little bit of heavy cream. Or I'll put it in like an herbal tea, I'll add a little bit of heavy cream. Most of the time, often I'll put it in a smoothie and I add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. So that's what you want to do. So is this keto? Yes, with that caveat. Let's go on to the quality of the ingredients. One thing I like about this is that they actually, let's see, I'll open this up here real quick and show you. They actually include a scoop, which is pretty cool. There are other brands that do that as well, but there's one particular brand that's very popular that they, decided to stop including a scoop. So I just want to point that out. The other thing I like is I like the packaging. I like that it's very easy to read. It's very clear. There's pertinent information, the information that you want. Let's see, put this thing back on so I don't spill it everywhere. The information that you want is on there, and there's not a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't really want to see. The other thing that I like is that they're very clear that one serving is one scoop. There's no ambiguity. Unlike that other popular brand that you may know about, where they say on there it is that the serving size is 2 to 4 tablespoons, and then when you look at the supplement facts or the nutritional facts, they're basing it on the higher amount, the 4 tablespoons. Zammex is very clear that, one scoop is one serving, and what you'll get in that scoop is 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides. Now, let's talk about that. A lot of people ask me, well, how much should I take? A lot of studies show that you don't need to take a ton of collagen to get the benefits. Somewhere between 3 to 5 grams if it's Verisol collagen, right? And somewhere around 10 grams if it's just your standard hydrolyzed collagen peptides. So I like that. And I like that their nutritional facts is based on that. It's very clear. When we get to the ingredients specifically, the great thing is, and this is always a good sign, there's one ingredient. Grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine collagen peptides, produced in a GMP certified facility, third-party tested, GMO-free, gluten-free, and RBGH-free, which means that the cows are not treated with a growth hormone, specifically recombinant bovine growth hormone. So from an ingredients perspective, you're not going to find much better than this. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5. Why? What would make it a 5 if it was grass-fed, grass-finished? That's being extremely picky. But if you compare this to other brands, other options out there, it's going to be really hard for you to find one that's higher quality. This is like very high quality ingredients. I love that. Now let's talk about availability. You can find it on their website. You can find it at Walmart, Amazon, and several other online options. So for availability, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. If you want it, you can get it. You know what would make that better, make that score go up? If it was in more stores around town where you can just walk in and buy it, that would make it better. But that said, shopping online is very acceptable these days. If you want this, you can get it. It's pretty available. Okay, so let's move on to cost. Now this costs about $39, so right around $40. If you compare that to other brands, you're going to find that it's pretty comparable. That's around the going price for most collagen supplements out there, you know, hydrolyzed collagen protein powders. You're going to find some brands that will range, the prices might climb up, you know, closer to the $50 or $60 mark. But often you can find a good quality brand for right around $40. So I think it's very fairly priced. So from that perspective, I can just give it a, you know, a good score. I'd say 4 out of 5, just because based on the market, that's about where it's gonna be. Would I like to see it be cheaper? Of course I would, because I'm pretty cheap. I want to see everything cheaper, but that's not the world we live in. So if you're comparing this to other collagen, you know, options out there, it's a pretty good price. So let's get to taste. Now, there's one thing I want to test. It says on here that it mixes easily with both warm and cold water. Now, I've been trying this, I've already been taking this, and I have noticed that it mixes very, very well with warm water. Most collagen protein powders, collagen peptides, powders actually do mix pretty well with water or with warmer liquids, right? But when it comes to cold water, usually they don't mix very well at all, even though oftentimes they advertise as mixing really, really well. So let's test that and then we'll give it a taste. I have not tasted this without adding it to something yet. So we'll see. First of all, let's see. You know, there is a little bit of a smell, but wow, I'm finding that there is not a strong smell. Like a lot of these other brands, some big name brands, there is a smell, like the smell of collagen, right? This is, well, there's a very slight smell, but I can't, it's hard to detect. I got a glass of water. This is not room temperature. This is cold water. Got my cool blue straw here. We'll do 1 scoop, just like they say. That's the serving size. I love that they have a scooper. Can I just tell you? That's cool. And it shouldn't have to say that, really. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we're pouring it in. Hopefully you guys can see this. Hold it up. You know, that looks pretty similar to what I've seen with other collagen powders and how they interact with cold water, but let's give it a mix and see here. There's still some floaties. Still some floaties. A little bit of clumping. When I look at it from the top down, yeah, it looks pretty good. So would I agree that it mixes easily with cold water? No, I don't think so. It mixes pretty well, but I don't know if I would say, you know, yeah, and it hasn't been that hard, I guess. But if you really want this to be smooth without any floaties, you got to put it in a blender or put it in warm water, okay? So let's give it a taste. I'll say, hey, nice try. I don't think that it does mix easily in that, you know, there's no floaties. That's my standard here. But let's go ahead and give this a try. Okay, so there's definitely that collagen taste, right? It's not amazing. I would say the way I like to describe it is a little bit off-putting. Now, that said, the taste with this particular brand, I got that lid on there, the taste with this particular brand is not nearly as strong, you know, as some of the others that I've tasted. It's still there. So with taste, you know, it's not, this is not good. It's not like, oh, that tastes so good, I want to drink it some more. It's definitely a taste that I can tolerate. It's not bad, it's not horrible. It's just not, I would be adding this, I'm always going to add this to some other flavored drink. I drink collagen every single day and I never drink it plain, just in water like this. But I've had to compare it to all the others that I've tested and all the others that I've tasted in just water. This one is probably the best. If that's what you're planning on doing, this is a really good option. So I just got done filming this and I realized I forgot to say something. I drank it all, right? But when when we're talking about flavor, we have to understand, and I was saying, oh, the taste. When we're talking about flavor, this is their unflavored version, right? That doesn't mean there isn't a taste, there isn't a flavor. It means that they just haven't added any flavor to it. That's important because this is their very pure product. It's just the hydrolyzed collagen peptides. And that's consistent with other brands that are out there when they have their unflavored, and then people try it and they're like, oh, this tastes terrible. So it's important to understand that, well, there is a taste to collagen. And so, but the reason they have these unflavored versions is because they're wanting to keep it pure. They want to give you just the ingredient. Then you can add, you know, the flavors that you want to it if you're going to do that. But it gives you the comfort of knowing there's no sugar, there's no natural flavors, there's no other added stuff to change this in any way. If for those out there that are the purists and you just want the ingredient, that's what they're doing. And that is really cool. I like that option. I like to be able to say, to just get what I want, just the collagen peptides, and then I'll, you know, flavor it and put it in whatever I want to put it in. So I'm not just stuck with, you know, maltodextrin or natural flavors or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, stuff that you may not want. So overall, this is an awesome product. This is, I didn't know about these guys until they, you know, contacted me, and then I did some checking and I could see that, you know, this is a pretty good company and it is out there. It's certainly not unpopular. It's definitely gaining some popularity. I think it should. I really do. This is a good quality collagen peptide powder. I think it could compete with any of the top brands, and I'm going to keep taking it. So, hey, thank you, Zammex, for sending this to me. If you're considering this as an option for you, I think that you can feel very comfortable with this, and I would personally recommend it. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. All right, let's try this again. That's really not that bad, and now that I've mixed it for a while, yeah, I have to say, now that I've been drinking this and mixing it a little bit more, the floaties are gone. Maybe I drank them all down, I don't know, but I will have to say that it definitely mixes better in cold water. I don't know why I'm harping on this topic. It's because they said that on the thing, right, on the label. But yeah, it's definitely way more clear. Maybe there's one, is that one? It's way more clear than it was initially. Pretty cool. Zammex Collagen Peptides.